chicken sandwich, it's not like comparing like McDonald's to Whataburger.
It's been 2 weeks of chicken sandwich.
Okay,
Go ahead,
it hasn't. This is the second week of chicken sandwich.
2 weeks of chicken sandwich.
Who cares about that chicken sandwich?
It's a good sandwich. Both are good. You like Popeyes, you like Chick-fil-A, go for it.
That's it. It's just it. Have you had it? Do you eat chicken?
The Wendy's cordon bleu is the best sandwich ever. But never mind.
Chick-fil-A is God's chicken, man. When you go to heaven, it's gonna be a food court, and it's gonna have Chick-fil-A, and it's gonna have taco stand, and then my mama. I told my mama she automatically going to heaven because she cook good. She a hellion, but her food good.
Well, the food will get her in.
The food getting her in.
That means our mom's definitely going to heaven.
Probably
yeah, she's probably going.
Definitely. And you said a taco stand, then his mama.
Then my mama.
Brother,
yeah, respect.
AJ McQueen.
You hear me?
We talked about
respect.
Good Boys. Yeah, we said we're gonna go see Good Boys. What was up with that? We're in a group text, family text. My mom accidentally texts like times for Good Boys, and I was like, "What?
Why would she watch
That's not
that
her
movie?
Style of movie." My mom is like,
she's super religious.
Hit the church. I was like, okay. So I was like,
she
why?
has 3 cuss words a year that she
That's
says.
That's it. And one of them is darn. So
yeah, she's really corny. She's
like
Marge
she sends
Simpson.
us a text after, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. That was for my friends." I'm like, "Who are your friends?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And why are you going to go see Good Boys at 2:00 in the afternoon? Like, what are you doing now that she's retired? I guess she has a whole club she just hang out with.
She really does.
They go watch inappropriate movies and count their steps. Like that's it.
That's
what
they do.
I got 19,000 steps today. I was like, oh, okay. I see.
That's what they do.
With your Fitbit.
I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, she's gonna have favor. She's gonna move up. She's gonna have favor with God. Speaking of favorites, I'm her little boy. Blatantly her favorite.
That's not true.
Oh no, it's blatant.
Oh wait. Yeah.
I'm blatantly my mom's favorite.
You're definitely the favorite.
Because, she's light skinned and for some reason she likes me because I'm dark skinned. And speaking of dark skin, black and ugly as ever, however I stay. Houston down to my socks. And yes, I have on socks today. Another pair of Jordan 1s. I'm feeling myself. With the Undertaker shirt. Yep, I did it. Once again, it's Carlton Banks. Carlton with a KBA and Triple X, a.k.a. Avery, like a very nice guy. We're also here with my co-host, one of the greatest people I've ever met. I met him a long time ago. He's my brother.
Almost 34 years ago.
Almost 34 years.
34
No, 35. I'm 35.
35 years ago.
About me. 35. What is that? He is D.R. Douglas, a.k.a. Just Devon, writer for the Houston Press, one of the greatest people ever, one of the greatest writers. He did it.
Did I do the thing? Oh, he already flashed it up. See, I messed it up. Bam.
Trash. But it's not about us. It's never about us. We have a special guest with us, AJ McQueen, St. Louis's own.
You heard me.
AJ McQueen.
St. Louis.
Yeah, sure, man.
Glad to be here.
All right.
Glad to be here.
Nice. We're glad to have you here.
Glad, man.
We didn't have any alkaline water for you. We have regular water, but you like it, so we good.
Who knows? We don't have a label on this, so.
Never mind.
You never know. Exactly.
Edit point.
You never know. You never know.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Now we're gonna talk about AJ. Man, AJ McQueen does a few things. I mean, he raps.
Yes.
He has the writer's block.
For sure.
He's gonna explain that out, and that's actually starting to expand and do some bigger things. He works heavy in the community. He does. I was reading one article. Healthy raps.
Healthy music, bro.
Healthy music. All right. So let's go back. I mean, first of all, we said because you were from St. Louis.
Yeah.
How does somebody from St. Louis wind up here? And just the story, not like the plane ride. So.
Yeah. Born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I grew up in a very dysfunctional, environment. A lot of people will call that the hood. I call it dysfunction. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everything outside the front door. Drugs. Violence. You heard me, gangs. Everything outside the front door. So you just choose. And my dad wasn't. I won't say he wasn't in my life. When I got older, I realized he was trying to be there. So you know how it go. But the narrative is your daddy ain't there. So that was my dynamic, and the streets was my affirmation. The streets kind of gave me what I needed, and so I gravitated more to the streets. I never consider myself a street person, but again, when it's outside your front door, that's what you're picking. And when I was 13, I became active in the gang. You heard me, in St. Louis. And then when I was 15, I got shot. So my mom sent me away to Houston. You heard me? There's a whole bunch of pieces of the story, but for the sake of time, you know what I'm saying?
For the sake of time, we have time. We
You know
have
what I'm saying?
time. Well, no. Honestly, we have a whole hour.
Yeah, it's about you.
Let's literally back
okay.
up.
Well, sure.
When we're sitting there talking about and you got shot
twice.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How does
I'll
this come
tell you.
about?
All right. So I when I was 13, I became active in the gang, and when I was 14. I knew that I was in something that I didn't even, because where I'm from, when it comes to the gangs, for me it is still off street code, like the address that you have. You hear me? Ain't no cliques and ain't no like all that. Even still to this day, St. Louis is still if my address is 6471, then I'm 6400. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not based off of you making up. You heard me? Like whatever crew and all that type of stuff.
So it's just straight zip code wherever
it's
wherever you're living.
Yeah,
this is where you're
a
part
of.
of.
If they ain't what you want to be a part of, move.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So it's not like
okay.
You heard me, because the school is zoned to your hood.
So you get drafted into the game, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm 6400. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, she worked hard. She, did what she could to try to shelter me from that. And I'm old school. I'm young, you hear me, but I'm old school. So I still have my principle and my code and stuff. So even when I was young, I separated it from my mom and my family. You heard me? So my mama, I would tuck my flag in my pocket when I'm around my mama. Like it wasn't no disrespect. It wasn't no, you heard me? Like it wasn't none of that. So when I was 14 though, I knew I had got into something that reached its peak. Like I was at the house and, somebody called the house phone, and based off something that I did, you know what I'm saying, that I can't say, they was like, hey, that's what you want to do? Bet. I'm 14 years old. You heard me? And so they threatened to shoot up the house. I got 4 sisters, you know what I'm saying, and 2 that lived in the house with me. So it was bad, and so I went to my mom and I was like, hey, and I was 14. I said, I need to go away. You know what I'm saying? I need to leave. And she was like, where you want to go? And I said Houston. The only reason I said Houston is because we've bounced back and forth through Houston, when I was a youth. And what I've grown to find out was she was running from her abuser. You know what I'm saying? Who was my baby sister's dad, who used to abuse us. So she was running from him. But in my mind, I didn't know.
You just thought you were traveling.
Yeah, you heard me? And the only place I've ever been to was Houston. You know what I'm saying? So I told her I want to go to Houston. So she made a call and called one of the families, the only family that we knew of, or that the only friend I had. She called him and asked, could I come and visit? You heard me? Yeah. Now, you know what I mean? But
visit.
Yeah, you heard me?
Yeah.
But according to my mama, that's all she thought it was too.
Okay. So you were she's thinking this is just like, hey, he just wants to kind of get away from it.
Yeah, no, I knew.
You knew
the
situation.
I ain't gonna lie. At 14, I felt like I was gonna die. At 14, you know what I'm saying? It was just, I used to leave the house with this gut feeling. I used to watch my back. You heard me? I used to pack a knife if I ain't had a knife. If I ain't had a pistol, I had the knife. You know what I mean? Literally, bro. I cannot make this up. So I get off the airplane to a family who they saw me when I was like 8. Cause again, we used to bounce back. They saw me when I was 10 or what have you. I got locks in my hair. It was like small twists, right? I had, my pants sack, and you heard me. I'm red, everything red, and so I'm not the person that they saw when the little boy that used to come over, exactly. And eat all their fruit snacks. Like you heard me. You know what I'm saying? I grew up. You heard me. And the streets has a way of growing you up fast,
quickly.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody who really in it.
14,
it
was really
at 14,
there,
I was 25.
Yeah,
bro, you know what I'm saying?
Like
you heard me. So I got off the airplane, man, and as soon as I got in the car, they made me take off when I got off the airplane, I was listening to Tupac. I had my CD player, you heard me? And I'm listening to Tupac. That was I grew up on Tupac. I grew up on, you know what I'm saying, Hot Boys. I grew up on street, everything street, right? So I got in the car. They was like, no, you can't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? They had the gospel music playing. I'm saying, like, bro, what's this? You heard me? What is this? You know what I'm saying? They was like, yeah, pull your pants off. You know what I mean? All that. Bro, I was here for 2 weeks. I told my mom, I said, I can't. They make me go to church. They make me make my bed up. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that I'm just not, you heard me? Like I wasn't disrespectful to my moms, but we didn't do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
so they had you on like a regimen. Like
in this God regiment, bro. Like when you see your homie get shot in the back, you know what I'm saying? And while you watching him through the blinds and all this God stuff, bro, it never registered. You know what I'm saying to me? So and I told my mom I want to leave. She was like, cool, bruh, kid you not. The day I was finna leave, I had my bags packed. The lady who I stayed with came to me crying. You know what I'm saying? She was like, don't go. God showed me a vision that when you was knocking on my door, and when you opened the door, it was bullet holes all in your back. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
And again, I'm 14. You heard me? I don't believe in none of that. Yeah, I don't, you know, all that, bruh. 2 days. You heard me? I came home. I was on the block. I was in a whole nother hood that had changed that quick. You know what I'm saying? Territory. You heard me?
I
Territory changed that quick. We was at war with somebody from up the hill. You know what I mean? Bruh, well, what's it, like 11:48 at night. I'm on the block, me and 7 of my guys. I got picked up from the west, because in St. Louis, I'm from the west side.
Okay.
I got picked up from the west to get taken to the north side, where I knew everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bruh, I got shot that night. You know what I mean? I thought they was finna do a drive-by. They actually attempted to, I don't know if they attempted to do a drive-by, I don't know. They sped down the street with the guns out the window, and I was standing in front of the car. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was dead. My light flashed, all that, right? They didn't even shoot. Man, we like regrouped, you know what I'm saying? We was like, man, we looking for guns, you know what I mean? You know, we going to different people's house trying to see who got the gun. And we was like, they ain't come back, you know what I'm saying? We started chilling, eating candy, bro. We had walked to the store and everything, eating candy, bro. That's how, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's such a weird thing where it's like y'all are kids, but y'all are adults, but y'all are kids, but y'all are, I mean, now let's finish the story because I got a question.
They came back and they walked up, bro.
They walked up on you?
I saw him out the corner of my eye. I kid you not. I cannot make this up. He walked up, bro, like, and it wasn't like this close, you hear me? But it was close enough, like to where the ambulance and the cops called my shooting close range.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So out of 7 people, I'm the only person that got shot. You know what I'm saying? Inch away from being paralyzed. And that night on my back, I met God, bro. You know what I'm saying? While looking up at the stars, I knew that somebody protected me. And I ain't, you know, I said I wasn't super religious, but I knew that I would be a fool to say that I matrix my way out of this. You heard me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they shot the whole street up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was in a hospital that night, you heard me, and seeing that look in my mama's eyes, you know what I'm saying? My dad came up there, you heard me, with his pistol. He ready to go to war or whatever. And I just saw all that, man, and it was my mom's, the look. I'll never forget that look in her face, bro. The look of disparity, you heard me, sadness.
Like, she can't do anything.
Yeah, and so she was like, you know you going back, right? You know what I'm saying? And while I was in the hospital, my cousin she called the lady in Houston, because I told her, I said, call Miss Johnson. And she called her and told her I got shot. And she just screamed on the phone.
This is the one that had the vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
She screamed on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And my mom said, you know, you're going back. And it was a battle in my mind, because you heard me, my homies, my cousins telling me I got street cred now. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis, you heard me, you get shot and you live. Like, you know, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody finna mess with you.
You leveled up now.
Yeah, you heard me. And a lot of things that happened after I got shot, I can't say, but just know that it was bad. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of homies that night. You know what I'm saying? Then so I got, next thing you know, I got sent back to Houston. I was hurt, man. I was humbled. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't invincible. At 14, I felt invincible. But I wasn't even invincible no more. You know what I'm saying? So I came here, humble, my bags packed. You heard me? And that family opened up their doors. They gave me a room. Well, their son had a room. They just converted his room to fit another bed. They put my bed against the wall. They had me cut my hair off. You know what I'm saying? I started my hair. Well, I didn't start my hair off, but when I was in their house, because she didn't want me. She said it made me like a thug or everything. You know what I'm saying? So I had to start over, and then I got sent to. I went to school in A-Leaf. You heard me, in Elsick my first day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I got kicked out of Elsick the first day.
For what?
Yeah, man, because they was on all that, man. I thought it was gang related. You know, I kid you not. This is a real story, bro. I'm walking down the hallway. I had on a black and gold Ballers jersey. It was a basketball jersey from St. Louis. I used to play for the team.
Yeah.
But black and gold was Hastings colors. You hear me? Yeah. I ain't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking down the hall and some dude bump into me. You hear me?
You don't do that.
Nah, never. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He bumped into me and he was like, you need to take off that color. And he had on blue. in my mind,
So you thought this was a gang thing?
bro, in my mind, it was war, bro. I tried to take his Adam's apple out of his neck. He was like 6 foot tall. I don't know what they was feeding him. I heard. That's when I knew Houston is different, bro. Y'all eat differently.
We do.
He was like tall for no reason, bro. He was every bit of like 16, and you know what I'm saying. And he was like a Nephilim. So I tried to take his Adam's apple out.
Nephilim,
bro. They transferred me the
Wow.
next day. And the lady was like, AJ, please don't keep. Like I was in red every day. You heard me? And I thought it was some gang stuff. Then they sent me to Hastings. But that was the best decision ever, man, because the Hastings community, A-Leaf community, you heard me? I really can say the teachers, bro, and the counselors, because I supposed to have been sent back to St. Louis so many times.
Absolutely.
The counselors signed it was people that lost their job behind me. I was in communities and schools. I was in teenage incentive programs.
CIS.
They kept me heard. They signed my paperwork, bro. They weren't supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out of that household, and I stayed with a few different other families. So all that, you heard me, right here.
Yeah.
That's how I got her. You know
But the other thing too is, and I mean, you hit a lot, but I guess kind of talk about the trauma that you experience.
Oh, man.
These are experiences. We have a lot of our youth that have experiences that mirror the same as people that go to war.
Yeah.
Where, you left. You had the full chance to escape. You was gone. It was cool. Just like we'll have people come back from war, and they cool, they safe, and they like, but I got to go back.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even feel comfortable here. I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't feel comfortable with this bed. I don't feel comfortable with this safe lifestyle.
Bro.
All my people are back here. All my family is back here. All the people that I'm with, and if I'm not there, something might happen to them.
Yeah. That's crazy.
All
that you said.
And you went back, and then you still, even after getting shot, it's like, yo, I know I'm not invincible now, but I'm still that kind of trauma where we know 4th of July, people will put signs up. Hey, man, don't pop firecrackers because this might activate this person's PTSD. Just that whole somebody bumping into you in the hallway saying,
oh yeah, that was straight up.
You got
Straight
the
up
wrong,
PTSD.
you had the wrong color on.
Yeah.
That's PTSD.
And
When
nobody talks about the PTSD.
No.
You immediately went into, all right, well, I got to protect myself. I know what this is.
I have to kill this nigga.
Yeah, I completely
Like,
know what
exactly.
this is. Let me address this how it is. And you're a high schooler at this point.
And when I got to high school, I had been shot. So walking down the hall, I had already. Now it's crazy because people started getting hood towards our junior and senior year. It was people that was lame and freshman. You heard me, bro? I know you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a thing.
That's
yeah,
a thing.
That's
I'm
a
like,
thing
bro,
out here.
That's a thing.
You heard me?
That's
How
a thing.
you a gangster now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you
Hip
like,
hop got popular, man.
bro,
You know?
I had locks before Chief Keef.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had. You heard me? I came to school on that
Well,
already.
I mean, not to interrupt, but to speak on that, like a lot of people, especially out here, do not realize because of some of the rappers that have come out of your city, they don't realize how real that St. Louis is. I mean, you could
Just
look
so
at
many
the
other
facts
cities.
of St. Louis.
Yeah.
It's up there when it comes. Like St. Louis is an extremely savage city. So I'm like, I wasn't aware. I dated somebody from there, and then she was like, yo, this is how all my cousins are. This is how everything is. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody.
And before we
Everybody.
even on that, because I do want to speak on that, I don't ever want it to devolve into I feel like when it happens, the cities will get into like a tough off. Like,
Nah.
Oh, nah, but I was like, I get it. Like, every city
Every
has
city got their
killers,
thing.
Every city got gangsters. But there are just certain cities that just have a different lifestyle, and it's rougher. Like when we was in New Orleans for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, it's a different atmosphere.
Just because of those laws, that 60-day murder thing, it makes so much sense.
It adjusts everything.
Yeah, it adjusted everything.
So when people from New Orleans was moving down here, we had a lot of students that were coming in. I'm like, yo, they have a different mentality than the students were
I was in communities in school.
Yeah.
So when I was in communities in
mentality.
school, they had just got her. And we were all, like, the whole New Orleans people and Katrina, I was in the group with them.
Snap.
So, because they wasn't no St. Louis group, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you heard me, I had to get fit in with them so I could identify and relate to their anger. Like, I had so many friends that I gathered from New Orleans when it happened because of just the understanding and the mindset. You heard me? Because I lived out of a trash bag all throughout high school. Kid, you know, I never had a dresser. I never had nothing. Even the family that took me in, I didn't have enough space to make it mine. You know what I mean? So imagine walking down Harwin with a trash bag, Westheimer with a trash bag, you know what I mean, and having to figure it out. And you said you touched on the PTSD. Nobody talks about, I won't say nobody, maybe it's people that I don't know, but I don't hear people talking about the PTSD that comes from, bro, I can scroll on my phone and what's normal to you, somebody getting shot, to me is sickening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it messes my stomach up. A tire pop to people that's normal. To me, I'm ducking and people laughing like, bro. I'm like, you don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's the PTSD is real, and it's still to this day. You know what I'm saying? The same thing, bro. And I recently lost a nephew in St. Louis. I lost cousins. I lost all that, and so that, you know, is what prompts the AJ that y'all talk to right now. That's what makes me do the things that I do. You heard me? And that's why I'm so grateful for Houston. Houston become my second home, bro. Like, Houston took me in, you know what I'm saying, and provided a safe haven for me. And throughout high school, I became people's mentor at 15, at 16, when they was already going down a path I already been on. You heard me? I'm talking to them, and they used to call me preacher boy in school. You heard me?
Yeah.
And not because I was super religious, but because I was always talking about, hey, don't do that. You know what I mean? Hey, that hoods don't do that. They like, bro, what are you talking about? You heard me? I'm like, and I'm not knocking Houston, but I've met people that have had social issues and made it hood, but St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? It's a third world mindset, bro. Like, if you go to St. Louis, 8 o'clock you need to be in the house, and that's not a state city thing. You just need to go home, just for safety. Man, you need to go home, bro.
Okay.
You need to go home.
Wow.
Now, I guess the interesting thing, because we are going to get into your music. As a matter of fact, let's play Distilled, Goatish, because I think one of the first things is our listeners are going to hear what you're talking about, and then they're going to see this music, and it's a completely different style of music that you think will be coming from. Like, you think something's going, oh, this is going to be gangster rap. It's going to come out. And it is some very, like, it took us a second when we were even watching it. Like, I was like, wait a minute, is he a Christian rapper?
Yeah.
I was like, and then it was a flip. And, like, we don't even have a thing. Like I said, we were talking a few weeks ago, I think the greatest gospel song is Scarface Someday. Like, real rap. It's just incredible. So, tell us about Goatish and what you're trying to get, what we were trying to get across with this.
Yeah, Goatish is it's a sitcom, man. Like, you know, one show that inspired me when I saw it was Blackish. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I want to create something that people can relate to, but at the same time, it's my passive way of saying I'm the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody else
really clever.
And then everybody can relate, man. Like,
greatest of all time ish.
Yeah,
but I don't want to just say it. I'll let you decide it. I'll say it, but if you say that, you know what I mean. But
and if you're not really just paying attention, he has a goat with him, so you might just look at that and be like, "Oh, what's that?"
But then it's a metaphor in the shirt. It's goat-ish, and then it's goat shit. Cause ish is shit.
It's his shit.
So
when you clean it up, that is true. I love that.
So it's a metaphor to say,
so
you know, like, hey, you know what I mean? This is
I like that.
It's goatish, you know what I mean? And everybody have greatness in them. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. Like, we all got greatness in them. We just gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? So, and for me, goatish, like, bro, the goats that I put, if people watch the videos from the first episode, there's a goat in my videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had the goats, you know, and again, it was just a clever way of rapping. Like, everybody get on the mic and rap, but I wanted to add some, you know, some creativity in my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind is very abstract, you know, and what my team would, I won't say accuse me of is being so abstract that people like AJ, you too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you just too deep. You too deep, bro. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's not that complex. You heard me? It's metaphors, it's entendres, it's lyricism, it's storylines, but just find the stuff that people can relate to it. Like, Goatish is not meant to be deep at all, but I, as an artist and as a writer, I can't help but to explore, you know what I'm saying, the mental structures and things. You know, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So Goatish, the project I'm actually releasing go this next month. You know what I'm saying? Season 1. You know what I mean? The project.
Okay.
So that's an exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Her.
Oh dang! Next
you know
month. Thank you for
yeah,
that.
you know, it
Where?
goes.
You got a date?
September 12th.
Okay.
September 12th. So look out. Where can we find it?
Everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everything.
That's
you know
what's
what I'm
up.
saying? So
What gets you then? So let's back up because we're talking about the complexity, your rhyming skills, the rhymes that you get into. At what point when you're coming back? Actually, at what point do you actually start rhyming? Are you doing this back in St. Louis? Are you doing this when you're in A-Leaf? Like, at what point are you like, okay, I want to start rhyming?
St. Louis, bro. We used to walk around with. We had to have the tape player, and we had the record button on the tape player because if we had the cassette, I started rapping on cassettes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then we had another radio that played the instrumental. You know what I'm saying? So we played that mug and then recorded. And then rap, I would rap into the speaker, you know what I mean? And yeah, I rapped about everything, man, you know what I'm saying? But I've always been, even in the streets, I wasn't, because I don't never, even with my storyline, I don't consider myself no beast in the streets, no gorilla.
Yeah.
Nah, I just, you know, I go by code. You know, my uncle did 30 years in the pen, and he would call me and talk to me about code and respect and Moorish history and you know, Egyptian knowledge, bro, and about, you know what I'm saying, spirituality. And so I'm very well versed in spirit. Like, I studied everything, you know what I'm saying, before.
I peeped that when you said Nephilim. I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
You know, but before I picked up the Quran first, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and then it was the Bible, and then it was, you know, it was everything. But I believe we can, all revolutionaries are inspiring me, you know what I'm saying, whatever walk of life, you hear me, inspire me. But it started in St. Louis, and then when I came to Houston, the way I fit in, because I was on the outskirts, mind you, I don't know nobody, you heard me? Like, the dude that I knew that I stayed with, we were opposites. We never hung out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he used to wear lugs and button-ups and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And I used to wear T-shirts that's too big for me, and I used to try to just figure out how I can, you know what I'm saying, make money. And even on the legal side, like, I used to sell T-shirts in the school. I used to go get put paint on a T-shirt. When I knew the Lucas Pops was popping out here, I used to go buy them by the bulk at Walmart and then sell them for a quarter more. Like, I'm telling you, bro, I flipping stuff. And so I was on the outskirts of people. Man, I heard them beating on a table, bro. You know what I'm saying? In the breakfast. And I just inserted myself and started rapping in a circle, bro. And you heard me, and I was battle rapping. You know what I'm saying? I was battle rapping the whole time. You heard me? And then I would burn CDs in the school and pass my CDs out at the school. And I would do all the talent shows. I would do all that. And that's what led to, you know, that and the combination things led to me being on 106 and Park, BET, when I was 19.
Yeah.
It was just a whole bunch of leg work that I was doing at a young age, you know what I'm saying? And the complexity of my rhyming is a collection of everything I've ever been through, but it's also I like to think ahead, man. I like to think, and in all my music I rap about water. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
I rap about water, man, because it's universal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
It's universal, and it you know, it's complex, man. It could drown you, bro, but it can also save your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could, you know what I mean? It's like, it's beautiful to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's so alkaline, man. Alkaline, and it's when you listen to my music, alkalines means faith. It's my way of talking about faith, and because there's so many ways you can explore water, bro.
Yeah.
So it's so many ways you can explore God. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, I believe I'm definitely a faith person. You know what I mean? But I don't put myself in no box as an artist. Like, that doesn't make sense. I just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And in hopes that connects with people. But everybody should connect with it because it's water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
a beautiful nightmare, like you said.
It's
it can save you, but it can also kill you. It's a beautiful nightmare.
We're 58, between 58 and 60 some percent water, man. So, you know, we should. And so if I can relate my music to being a universal necessity, you know what I mean, being something as organic as alkaline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, why alkalines? Because alkaline is the water. We're alkaline people, man. We need alkaline, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not just water. We need alkaline water, and that fits our body type, pH levels. You know what I'm saying? So, when the music should be out, it's the pH level of the music.
You're
like,
trying to get music to actually feed people.
Yeah, it's this. You know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely.
like it's this, man. And if I can get you to see that, you know, music is organic, you know what I mean, then you would play it like such.
Now,
You know what I mean?
106 in Park, I mean, just tell us about that experience. You get invited out to 106 in Park.
Yeah.
But I was reading one of the articles. You were saying you were also speaking. Like, you were speaking about
Team
the
violence,
event.
bro.
Yeah, what's happened to you.
They wasn't that same thing, right? It started like this. Like they didn't even ask me. It wasn't about music.
Really?
You heard me?
Okay.
They called and they put on the screen youth activists. And I have never heard the term activist before in my life. I'm like,
Really?
all right, what is that, man? You better put a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, it wasn't about the music, man. It was about the heart. And so it's crazy in retrospect how something at 19 and now I'm 30, you heard me, how it propelled me to do all the things that I'm doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the community engagement, all the things that I've done. It's that seed was planted when they decided to put the term youth activist up there. Because I didn't tell them that. You know, nobody told them to put that activist up there.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to tell my story. And it went crazy. I started getting booked all across the country to speak, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even, no rapping was involved.
You weren't even a speaker at the time.
I wasn't even.
Yeah.
I was just passionate. You heard me? I'm passionate as hell, bro.
Yeah.
Like I love to speak from my heart. I'm very like unapologetic. You know, I'm Tupac-ish, bro. Like you get me, you push one of my buttons. You know what I'm saying, about something that I believe in, I'm going. You know what I mean? And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like justice and things that, faith and police brutality. You heard me? And equality. Like I'm passionate.
You speak on a lot of. As a matter of fact, let's pull up Change, Please, because that was from a little while ago. But this is one of the ones.
No, I'm not talking about nickels or quarters. I'm talking about mothers and fathers. Change, please. No, I'm not talking about fives or ones. I'm talking about daughters and sons. Reach down in the pocket of your heart, go into the wallet of your soul and pull out change. I'm not talking about silver and gold because a soul costs more than a bankroll. Change, please. Change, please. Like heads and tails. Fathers, stop chasing head and tail and head back home to be the head and tell your kids.
Now we
they
wanted
the
to
head
show
and
this
not the
because it's
tail.
like you have
Change,
that
please.
you were saying earlier where it's you would just
Change,
rap
please.
and it's
Queens,
just
change, please.
almost spoken word like.
No, I'm not talking about clothes,
But then
I'm talking
also
about self-worth.
we still wanted to show you also are still making music. 'Cause we have we had Change Please, which is just like spoken word. That's you out on the street.
Yeah.
like tell us what brought that about.
Man, bro, writing is therapy, you know what I'm saying, for
Okay.
me. So I don't write to like appeal, sometimes people write stuff like, man, this gonna hit right here.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that until it's already out, bro, because
understand.
I have no idea. So writing is therapy. So Change Please was inspired by what's going on. Like, you hear me? When I get pissed off enough, I write about it. You know what I mean? And that's what fuels my craft. It's like, I'm very these are my convictions. You know what I'm saying? Like convictions are not always, super religious. You did this and did that. If you're convicted enough, you'll do something about it. You'll say something about it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people they're not in channel with their convictions. I'm in tune with my convictions. Certain stuff hurts my feelings. You know what I mean? And so I write about things that hurt my feelings, and try to write from a perspective of whether it's me or if I never walked in your shoes or you talk to me right now, I probably can write something down immediately off of what you just said because I can sympathize with you, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of it just comes from that. Even if I've never walked in that, you know what I mean? It's a level of humanity, you know what I'm saying, for me to write about. So that's what Change Please was. And I started performing that across the country, bro, in schools and churches and wherever I can get on the microphone. And it just inspired people.
And you talk about, I mean, you just telling your story have changed a lot just from, from the beginning to the end, or from the beginning to where you are right now. And you still have, like you said, you talked about your nephew that recently passed away. You still have a lot of connections back to St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say is the biggest obstacle to convincing people to change? You talked about the obstacles that you faced when it was time to change. Like people, a woman literally told you, I have a dream that you're going to get shot.
Yeah, she did.
And you were still like, like it's saying. So what would you say? Because I feel like you're out here trying to convince people or trying to show them through your story to make the correct changes. So what are some of the obstacles that you see?
Man, I got a couple cousins that literally, bro, their reputation means the world to them. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Like people knowing that how hood they is and how it means the world to them. You know what I mean? And it's a father wound, man. And I feel like so the biggest obstacle is having a father wound. You know what I mean? Because when you got a father wound, it's literally nothing almost.
I'm sorry.
Know what I'm saying?
Can you clarify father
Yeah,
wound?
affirmation, man. Your daddy missing your first football game. There's nothing. It don't matter what you say. I'm telling when it means something to you. It don't matter what you say. You train, you practice, and you look up there in the stands, and you with expectation and don't see them.
With the expectation, okay.
That's what,
So
yeah.
that
With the
expectation,
let that feeling. You cannot, bro. You cannot. So it's a lot of people walking around with a father wound, man, a lack of affirmation. You know what I mean? And we do things because we want to be affirmed. You know what I mean? I got a whole bunch of cousins. Bro, I'm really from the streets, right? We don't even like when people rap about it. Like, not for real. You know what I'm saying? So anybody to tell you that they like that song when they was talking about killing and shooting, you're not from the streets, bro.
Yeah.
You've never heard before. You ain't never seen one of your homegirls strung out on heroin. You ain't never seen your homie get his head blew back. Cause if for real, you don't like that.
Yeah, it's your life. It's your life. Their entertainment.
Yeah,
That's
you don't
terrible.
really like it. You know what I'm saying?
You're not our first guest to say that. We have people
right.
like Rob Gillette.
Okay.
Is blatantly like, I want to rap about other stuff because why would I want to?
We don't
like it's not cool.
Yeah, so
I don't like it.
So the biggest obstacles is getting them to understand and overstand, right? Like, you know, to get them to unlearn and relearn. Like unlearning, we don't even talk about unlearning, but I had to unlearn so much stuff, bro. Trauma. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is trauma. You hear me? So I can relate to everybody in the hood. Like I'm not one of them preachy people that's gonna go to, you know, I know a dude right now who's selling dime sacks for diapers, bro. So I'm not finna go to him and say, hey, blood, don't, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Sell. Nah, bro. I'm finna tell you, if I am gonna do that, I'm gonna offer you another outlet. I'm gonna come to you with some different solution. But I'm not finna come to you and cause you're based off of your convictions, you're convicted about your baby sister not having diapers. So if I can't aid that conviction, you hear me? I'm not finna come over here and put you in this, you know what I'm saying? Act like I don't do that. So the hood right now is hurting, and while it looks glorious to people, you know what I mean? And the people that glorify it, I don't respect you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 100. I don't respect you. You know what I mean? If you glorify it, not if you talk about it.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of people that talk about it because that's what they've been through.
Yeah. It's one thing to talk about the story. It's another thing. Even if you're from there, but especially if you're not. To say, oh, okay, well, I know everything that's going on. Let me show. And it's not like I'm trying to show y'all the benefit to better anything. It's literally just, this is entertainment.
Yeah, because our youth need real leaders, you know what I'm saying? So the biggest obstacles in the hood is a lack of leadership, the lack of people who, to give a damn, you know what I'm saying, enough to go out there, you know what I'm saying, and spend time. You know, that's why I started a nonprofit. I started vehicles. I use different vehicles to be able to aid different communities, you know what I'm saying? Go out there and tell our motto with Writer's Block is that the pen is stronger than the gun. So if I can get you to see,
wait, before you get into Writer's Block, let's show because there was kind of like a little commercial for Writer's Block. I want to show people that first so people can see what this is about, because I think a lot of people would be interested in it.
Yeah, for real.
But sometimes, you know, just exposing people, letting them know what's going on. Because you're out in the community, you're at places like Texas Row Houses. You actually have an established location, like right now. So we
got
want
a
people to see
team.
this.
You got everything going. It's organized.
Sir. This is dope.
So tell us, what is the Writer's Block, and then what inspired you to create it?
That's dope. Yeah, Writer's Block, man. nonprofit 501c3 performing arts and literacy organization. You know what I'm saying? One day, man, I was sitting there, bro, and I had writer's block, man, and I couldn't write, you know, and then, but I believe in the power of words, you know what I'm saying? It's life and death in the power of your tongue, you heard me? So you can say I have something, or you can take it and own it, like you can make it yours, you know what I'm saying? So I literally took writer's block and said, I own, like it's mine, like it's my block, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you heard me? It's mine, you know what I mean, to have. So if I don't want it no more, I don't have to have it. So next thing you know, I created writer's block, you know, and I want to create something that people can identify with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be gang, bro. Everybody want to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I can get you to see through strategy, not through institutionalism, not through, you know, through strategy, through infiltrating and imploding you from the inside, so inspiring you, you know what I'm saying, from the inside and imploding that you dope. You know what I'm saying? You got a gift, you hear me, that didn't come from you. You know what I'm saying? It came from God. So you should give it back to him. Like, that's really what writer's block is. And we take, and I want to take the same people that got the gift and put them back in the community, and it creates this, like, you know, this system of this people that are inspired go back and inspire, then they come back and inspire, then it just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? And so
paying it forward.
Yeah, man, you know, with your gift, you heard me? Yeah. Like, I don't want to get to I don't care what platform I get on, man. I don't want to, I'm not better than nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not far removed from people. I'm a revolutionary that likes to be grassroots, and I want to be touchable. You know what I'm saying? I know that's that's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a blessing and a curse to be reachable. You know, hey man, AJ down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. You know, I want to be on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, just doing Instagram lives, and you'll never see me in where the people are. I don't want to be that person. So writer's block is man, it's like the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Avengers, man, everybody great on their own, but you bring them together, man. Ain't nothing. You heard me? So that's how I started it, and we've man, for years, bro. For years, man, we've schools, man, thousands of youths, man, you know, passing out pens and pencils, journals.
So I saw you doing the backpack drive. As a matter of fact, while you're talking about it, we're gonna put up the Writer's Block website while you're just talking dope about this. But
man, we inspire, man, through our actions, being boots on the ground. You know, we have a no diva, no ego mindset. You know what I'm saying? No fake environments, and the goal is to be able to create platforms for people. You can inspire people, but the disconnect is, hey, you inspired me, but then you left me here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you, like, you go to the community and you inspire them and you leave them there. No, if you don't have a physical vehicle, create a vehicle that they can also come up here and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because they you can't affirm them and leave. You can't tell them they good at something and then not help them with what they good at.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't, you know, God told me to do it this way. You heard me? Like, other people start churches and other people start schools and push education. God told me to do this. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, give them, you know, enlighten them, and then put them around other lights. You know what I'm saying? And then it shines through the darkness type stuff. You know what I mean? And we for years we've done it, man. We have members all over. You know what I'm saying? All over the city. The goal is to put a writer's block in every major city. You know what I'm saying? You know, Writer's Block Community Center, Writer's Block University, you know, and just give people something that they can identify with. Yeah. You know, yeah.
Now, this all branches out, and we definitely want to get back to it, because this all branches out of the music. Again, you got invited to 106 in Park. Yeah. It's not just that, though. They just had it was the Black Expo?
Yeah, the Texas Black Expo.
Texas Black Expo. You were in a battle.
Yeah.
Let's actually show the results. So you won that battle. It was a winning battle. And this is the thing. I used to do a lot of writing for all hip hop, and so I was looking at it. Yeah. So yeah, I was following, and I saw like Chuck Creekmore, owner of All Hip Hop, founder, posted it, and I was looking. I was like, oh, okay, you in Houston? And then this was where was this? This was downtown.
It was at Discovery Green. Yeah.
Yeah, this is at Discovery Green. So let's go ahead and play that real quick.
I definitely give you a big salute. And so, real quick, I want to shout out Scarface. He's running for political office out here, so support that brother. All right, so first of all, I want to say that everybody we saw tonight was awesome, like spectacular. Every performance we saw tonight was good, really solid. Solid to great, you know what I mean? But there can only be one. So, without further ado, I want to call AJ McQueen to the stage, the first place winner.
Smooth.
I ain't know where the stage at, and I ain't want to look awkward looking for it.
No, that was smooth to get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good way to do it.
That was.
So you were battling against just other rappers that just had this idea?
Man, honestly, I didn't know what it was. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody sent it to me, and I didn't know who was in it. You heard me? I ain't know nothing, man. I didn't know I don't know nothing. They said 5 minutes. I went up there and did 4 because, you know, I'm a professional performer as well. People talk about rapping, but when I get on stage, I black out, bro. Like Michael Jackson type, Bob Marley type. Like, so they said 5 minutes, but I had 4 songs in 5 minutes mixed. You know what I'm saying? Show mix ready. And I went up there and Alkaline, man, you know, it just was my show for 5 minutes. And so everybody else did great. I didn't know it was a competition like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
okay. And it, you know, God bless it. It did what it did. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
good.
So it was a blessing.
Came up there with no expectations, yet exceeded everything that was going on.
That's God, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's a
saying?
positive
You know,
thing.
God, if we don't have to compete, you know what I'm saying? Like and in the rap game, you heard me, and that's the thing with me. Like I have this, I won't call it an alter ego, but I'm goatish, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I don't compete. You know what I'm saying? I don't compete because I believe that, you know, what's for you is for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you got to work hard. But I don't look at another person and get off into that because I believe if we operate in purity in your heart, then what's for you is for you regardless. You know what I'm saying? So what are you competing for?
I mean,
you know
that's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
thing.
You know, so that's just my heart. But, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and lie and say when I go anywhere, that's it. You know what I'm saying? We could be friends off the stage. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm on the stage, it's my heart. I'm pouring out my heart. I want to change lives and inspire people. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you on my side.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing because it's like, I mean, what you're saying basically is like you believe in yourself, but you don't have to tear down the other man to be great.
Nah, man.
And that's the thing. You can be great without just knocking someone down.
You can still have the competitive.
Yes, still have it. You know what I'm saying? So
like
I'm
a good athlete, like a good, you know, we always like the way TDE operates.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Where it's just
I love it.
Yeah,
you know.
Schoolboy Q constantly talks about Kendrick in interviews and being like,
I love it.
This dude think he the best, but then
Yeah.
they'll put out a song together and they friends. It's like it's a good
And that's the beauty of it.
thing.
That's what I'm
really
saying. So
what it
that's the
I like
balance
the NBA today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NBA today.
The
what they
NBA
like.
today.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
That's why I said today.
My time, not my time, but the time that I
when we
like.
grew up.
The Jordan time, like it's crazy watching some of them still do interviews.
Yeah.
And like some of them are just now getting along again. Like they're like, oh, I ain't talked to him for 40. I'm like, 40 years?
Yeah.
Over basketball?
Yeah, for real.
Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like I
he was
like
trying to take food off the plate of my family. I'm
Yeah.
like, bruh, y'all got paid like $1 billion.
Like,
Yeah.
But
Like,
yeah. It's crazy how those rivalries will pass. But
Yeah.
the new class is like, nah, that's the
But I ain't gonna lie, I feel like, but that's the thing. That's why I say it's a balance, man. Because I feel like some of them too soft. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. I like to, I rap, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe I'm the best rapper of all time ever in life. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that.
Absolutely.
But I don't believe that you can't feel like you the best either. You know what I'm saying? That's the part where the balance comes in at. Like, I believe, I know I'm great. And you know what I'm saying? But I'm the best me I can be.
Yeah.
You could be the best you could be. I'm not one of the people that it's just me and if everything you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, because how can we inspire the ones that come after us? You know what I mean? If we have that mindset only.
That makes sense. I mean, it's like when you see Drake and J. Cole. They always be like, I'm great. They be hanging out together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he feel like he's great. I feel like I'm great. Let's keep it moving because I know the next thing with the Drake thing.
Oh, I wasn't going to get into
I
it.
saw your face.
I'm not going to get it. I was like, okay, that's the example. Drake and J. Cole.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what? Let's get to some other music.
Yeah.
And I just saw this video because Rochelle, Jim, and I look like it was
Jimmy. Shout out Jimmy.
Yeah.
Don't You Say. Let's play that for a little bit.
Yeah, you flip like acrobat. Gave a piece of my heart, girl. I gave you half of that. Yeah, you got under my skin. I let you live in my habitat. Yeah, why do we love with our words and then we fail with our actions? And we divide in our problems and then we carry our fractions. And we add a +1 and we forget the subtraction. If our life picture perfect, why we keep adding captions, huh? Baby dog.
All right, let's cut it right there.
Gotta know 5 heartbeats to know that.
Exactly. I want to cut it right there. That way people looking at him like, what happened? I was like,
yeah.
Go
Watch
look,
the video.
Go look. So what was the premise of that whole video?
Man, bro, all of my music is real rap, bro. I was engaged, you know what I'm saying, to be married. And you know, she gave me the ring back, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, and everybody told me don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Because you see
told me.
the video and everybody that's in the audience is
That's
just
real life.
like,
Everybody said don't do that.
rolling eyes and they're
paying
like,
attention,
nah. I was
and
like,
you're-
oh,
you
this
can't
is
see the forest of the trees.
Yeah, she gave me the
man.
ring back, you know what I'm saying? But it's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? But everybody told me don't do that. And like I said, music is therapy, so I wrote a song about it. And yeah, man, don't you say. You know, if you ain't gonna show me, don't you say you love me. You know.
That's 100.
Okay. Now the other thing too is what more can we expect? We saw you with the writer's block.
Yeah.
There are also classroom concerts.
Yeah.
There's a group that does that, and then we've done some stuff with reading with the rapper.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
And
Sure,
it's I will say one of the biggest things, especially when you're talking to watching the work that any of these groups do with kids is just incredible, because it's like the kids really want to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they really, really
Yeah.
get into it. And so it's just what more can we expect from like events that you guys have for the writer's block or things like that? Just getting people out and letting people know what the writer's block is going to be doing.
I mean, a lot more, man. Right now we're in a rebuilding phase, which is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Wait. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me cut you
Yeah.
off. Y'all have the new building.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
let's
writer's
talk
block.
about that. Let's talk about where you're at.
So, you know, in the space is the same purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's to use. It's something that we've been doing for years, but just having a central location to be able to operate out of.
Okay.
Now, you know, doing our events and then giving other people the opportunity to do their own. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's all a circle to me. You know what I'm saying? We inspire you get up here. You want to do an event?
Absolutely.
Come on. You know
And
what I'm saying?
where are y'all located?
In Fifth Ward, you know what I'm saying? So that's 3301 Klein Street. And, you know, people can go to the website, check it out. Like I said, right now we're putting together some pieces because I can't say what the next big move is yet, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be something big, man. And Writer's Block is the Universal Records, the Sony of performing arts, man. I want a youth to be able to come to me with a full idea, you know what I'm saying? Know, like, whatever they want to do. You know, we ask them all the time, what you want to do? And then you walk off. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what you asked me for, first of all, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
and if I told you something that you got either a resource for or you can make a phone call, whatever, you ain't saying nothing. So they want to come to the block, inspire them. I want to be able to give them an opportunity, write them a check, you know what I'm saying, pay for that, whatever that is, so they can go do it immediately, you know what I mean? And so the writer's block is just a piece of the overall goal, you know what I'm saying? The building is just a piece of it, man. You know, open mics, we do all the events there, and it's also a community center, you know what I'm saying? I want youth to be able to come in. They don't have to pay nothing. Nobody's, you know, so we just did books and breakfast where we cooked breakfast for the kids and read books with them. You know what I'm saying? For free. Nobody pays for nothing. You know what I mean? But in order for that to happen, we have to mobilize our people, you know what I'm saying, to be able to give and make sure that things like that stay open and stuff. And that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
I don't believe we're outnumbered at all. I just think we're very unorganized. You know what I'm saying? And it takes people to be organizers, which is not popular. You know what I'm saying? It's not popular to be an organizer, bro.
No.
Like, you heard me, the stuff I do, people supposed to know AJ McQueen is a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But I'm organizing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the, you know what I mean? So the music is the balance part, but people about to start seeing way more of the music, but the writer's block is the vehicle, you know, that will take this, and your youth can be a part of writer's block, and then they kids, and they kids, and they kids. You know what I mean? It's the institution without institutionalism. I don't want to institutionalize people. Tell you when you got to pay, when time you got to come, and how you got to be there, and what you're supposed to get from it. Because the art's supposed to be liberal. Liberal is freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's not conservative arts. It's the liberal arts. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Express yourself. What you really feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how art grows.
And I had to make those sacrifices myself. You know what I'm saying? I quit my job. I don't do, bro, I'm a minimalist. I'm a minimal rapper, bro. It's very rare to find, but I don't do money. I don't do clothes. I don't care about none of it, bro. I could care less about what you driving. I'm not impressed, you know what I'm saying? And not to belittle people that, because I like nice things, don't get me wrong, but I'm not attached to it. You know, I'll give it up. I'll give it to you. I don't even care nothing about that because it's finite, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to what we here for, and your gift is what makes room for you, nothing else, you know what I'm saying? So that's writer's block, bro. Yeah.
That was okay.
That is extremely positive.
That was a lot more deeper than I thought it was.
Yeah, I know.
The thing about it too, I don't even be trying to be deep. Like I promise you, in my brain, it just be like, but that's how my brain works, man. Like my inspiration, Nas is my favorite rapper of all time, right?
I can feel
you know
that.
Yeah, Nas, not Sierra Jones,
Yep.
man. Nas, and then Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Lauryn Hill. Like these people, the first gospel song I ever heard was "Man in the Mirror." You know what I'm saying? I could have sworn that was
That was
Jesus.
a gospel
That
song.
makes
I could have
so much
sworn
sense.
that was a gospel song, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
too. Like even now that you said that's your favorite song, it speaks volumes of like how much you are self-aware, and that's a self-awareness song.
That's a super.
And I heard it when I
song.
was a youth, bro. When I was in
Yeah.
St. Louis, I heard "Man in the Mirror." You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, and I cried. You heard me?
I can understand.
You know what I'm saying? So and I'm very in tune with my emotions. Like I'm not one of the people who try to act all. I ain't gotta act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you really, that's who you are. Then you ain't gotta act. You know, I go by code. I'm a principle guy. You know what I'm saying? I believe in respect, and I believe in honor and love and respecting those that come before me. Like I'm real about that, but I don't do disrespect. So on the other side,
Yeah.
I don't do it at all. You know, it's not a glimpse of it possible because that's just not the code I go by. You know what I'm saying? And so with my whole movement and my brand, AJ McQueen, anything that's attached to AJ McQueen, it's about those same things. You know what I'm saying? Be free, liberate yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Truly are a student of Marley.
Thank you, sir.
Truly
Yes,
are.
liberate yourself.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
some of the deepest answers. I mean, again, I thought you were just gonna give an address.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna be like,
Oh,
all
yeah,
right, we at
3301 Klein Street.
3301
Pull up,
Klein
You
yeah.
heard
Street.
one of them things where he talked about earlier. He was like, "Hey, my friends be talking about I'm too deep
For no reason. I sit there and I don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to be on nothing. I could be on alkaline and I just be thinking like complexities. But again, bro, it's not even, life is not that deep. I think it's very simple, but it's complex. You know what I mean? And I think there's a balance of surface conversation, but there's a balance of depth. And a lot of people don't want to feel. And that's what makes my music challenging to people because you got to think when you hear it. Some people don't even want to think.
No, I like that about you because as you are, I'm a big fan of Tupac, and I always bring that up with people. Like if I'm getting deep with somebody, I'm like, well, how do you think it was to be around like Pac or Andre 3000?
Man.
Like you hanging out playing 2K, and they're gonna be, here go Pac again with that.
Yeah.
Black Power stuff. I'm like, that's what it was like. So
That's
what I'm
exactly what it
saying
is.
right now, you should listen to. If you love Pac, you should hear what one is saying because I'm like, it's not everything is surface.
No,
So
some
I mean,
people
just
some people
once he
just
put
like
me
the
on
one
to you, just
song.
gravitated,
Respect,
gravitated towards your music. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Devon?
I said some people will Pac just like the one song. They're like they want
Yeah, they
one
do,
division
yeah.
of Pac.
That's
Like,
how, but that's how
they're
you know
like,
they
I
didn't study
love
him.
the first verse to hit him up. And you're like, okay. I said, you know,
They
he
didn't
had-
study him, bro. He
I
was a
said,
poet first.
Yeah, he was a poet
I said,
first.
did y'all hear his first album?
Yeah,
It's
man.
I'm like, it's
completely
complete. When
different.
my homies call, that's my
Yeah.
favorite song of all
Yeah.
time from
He's a
Pac.
poet, man.
Yeah, it's a deep guy,
Now-
just like yourself.
Before we get out of here, do you have any plans on going back to St. Louis or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I go home all the time.
Okay.
I'm be home next week. Writers Block St. Louis, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
It's
okay.
a
Go.
thing. It's just like, a lot of infrastructure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And getting the
Yeah.
city organized.
Mm-hmm.
My mama's biggest fear is me getting killed while I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's always her
I
fear.
would feel like
I can
You know what I'm
understand,
saying? Yeah,
man.
man. You know, my mom, as soon as she saw Nipsey Hussle, she heard about. She called me first.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Making sure she got making sure my insurance policy up. Like this real life for me.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And she and
Being an adult.
yeah. So St. Louis is it's a challenge, man. I have you get shot by your own people, man, and you go back and try to reach those people. It's a challenging thing, but yeah, man. Writer's Block. I'm telling you, bro. We inspiring everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's a challenge because some people don't want it. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But God bless, bro. Yeah, I want to live and die doing what I'm doing. So I'm cool with all that. I want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? I want all the smoke.
Okay. the positive smoke.
Oh yeah,
Positive,
alkaline.
positive,
The
positive.
alkaline,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, man, we appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, we really do,
Like
man.
I
Thank
said,
you.
we had the full hour. I thought you thought it was gonna be like 15 minutes. So
I
we got
ain't know.
the time, man. We got plenty of
Yeah.
time.
I didn't
It's
know.
about you.
Yeah.
I
That's
ain't
why,
know,
I mean,
bro.
we really appreciate you coming out. We appreciate you spreading your positive energy. We appreciate everything that you're really
Thank you,
doing.
man. Thank you.
Especially like just being self-aware, spreading just the knowledge and know-how of being able to make something out of nothing and not having to be a jerk about it. Even
you,
when
bro.
you came in, you could just feel the energy on
Yeah.
it, which is a
Yeah.
good thing.
It's love, bro.
Yeah.
Spread love, man.
You
good.
got to,
We
and that's a
bro.
good thing. And once again, we're here with, in my humble opinion, where the opinions are humbled and the thoughts aren't mumbled. We'll see you next week.
Go
Yeah.
get some Popeyes later. Get you that sandwich.
Man, that sandwich is trash,
I
bro.
haven't had it, bro.
Sandwich.
It's not. Chick-fil-A
It's
is
a
better.
good sandwich.